A very serious situation is being developed in Pakistan food supply system. We are very rapidly heading towards very serious and severe meat and dairy product shortages in the country. And the biggest problem is that we don't seem to realize what is happening. I don't see the relevant departments doing anything about it, and I don't really think the policymakers also are aware of the situation. Another big problem is that the official statistics that we get seem to be giving a misleading picture. According to those statistics, the livestock population has been growing, whereas the market conditions gave a very different picture. For example, the prices for milk and meat have been increasing rather sharply, and that only indicates a shortage in the supply of livestock. In order to understand the issues of livestock sector, it is very important to split the sector into dairy and meat subsectors. Unless until we segregate the two sectors, we won't be able to really understand the root causes of the problem. First, let's look at the dairy industry. If you look at the dairy industry in Pakistan, it is basically structured in a way that we have numerous small size dairy farms ranging from 20 heads to maybe 150 heads. Now, the problem with these dairy farmers is that once their cattle approaches end of lactation cycle, they just cannot afford to retain them, and they want to get rid of those animals, which is absolutely fine, and that is what happens in other countries also. The problem with Pakistan is that we don't have business, an industry which can take over these animals which are approaching end of their lactation and make them go through a reproduction cycle and bring them back into the dairy industry. With this background, what happens is that the dairy farmer starts looking for ways to get rid of these animals which are drying up, and invariably butcher is in a position to offer them the best deal, because he picks up these animals in the evening, and by the morning he slaughters them and sells the meat and pockets a good 25–30% margin on these transactions. Now this is a very serious situation, because we've been consuming our top breed dairy animals as meat. And not just that, the calves, when these dairy farmers bring in their livestock, because the cattle has just started the lactation cycle, invariably there is an offspring with the mother. And now these dairy farmers do not want that offspring, because they fear that the offspring is going to consume part of the milk which they want to sell and earn profit on. So for decades we've been slaughtering these 2 days old, 5 days old, 15 days old calves, male and female both. And again, the meat is sold as mutton or lamb in low-end roadside hotels. So what is happening is our dairy industry is supplying the gap on the meat side, and that is happening also because we do not have an organized meat sector. We don't have meat farms, we don't have breeding farms. Because of that, the demand for meat is being met by top breed dairy heifers, buffaloes and cows. And at times we see cows having served just 1 lactation or 2 lactation or maximum 3 lactations being slaughtered for meat. It's absolutely critical that a ban is placed on slaughtering of these young calves and young heifers. There's absolutely no way we can continue allowing our top dairy breeds being consumed as meat. This is primarily the reason why milk prices are rising. Milk prices are not rising because of the greed of dairy farmers or because of the greed of milk retailers. Milk prices have been rising because the price of cattle has been rising drastically in last 15-20 years. And that is primarily because we have been we've been slaughtering our dairy livestock, and we'll be consuming dairy animals as meat. Now let's have a look at the meat sector. We don't have a meat sector in Pakistan. We don't have breeding farms. We don't have meat farms. What happens is that every household in the rural area keeps some cattle as side business or for their own milk consumption. And from time to time, they sell part of the herd whenever they need to generate some cash. And that is how these animals are brought and sold into the big cities. That is the main source of meat supply. Save Pakistan's livestock in general and dairy industry in particular, we will have to do a few things. First of all, we will have to segregate our meat sector from our dairy sector, and we will have to build our meat sector enough so that our dairy cattle does not have to plug that gap which exists in the meat sector. The problem is in the meat sector, not in the dairy sector. So we need to set up meat farms. We need to set up breeding farm at fairly large scale, and we need to also introduce modern technology, because we don't have time. We have waited far too long, and we have let the situation get really bad. So we need to now move very fast, and one way of replenishing the livestock population is to introduce embryo transplant technology, and whereby you can increase the birth rate of your identified breeds. And I think again government will have to rely on public-private partnership model, because on its own I don't see private sector very actively taking part into these kind of businesses, because it necessarily requires taking exposure of the rural part of the country, and therefore that is something the business community hasn't done in Pakistan so far. So to encourage them to do that, I think the first few projects will need to be structured under public-private partnership. We have some amazing breeds for meat also. We have Bhagnari, very impressive meat breed that comes from Balochistan. We have Thari, again meat animal. These breeds need to be further improved, and their breeding farms and their fattening farms need to be developed. Along with expanding our livestock sector and modernizing it, we also need to diversify our source of animal protein. Presently, we are relying entirely on cattle, that is goats primarily and cows. This is a very narrow base, and in case of poultry, again we have only chicken that we use as source of animal protein. Why? I don't understand why we have not experimented with introducing turkey, for example. And camel meat is a huge and interesting source of animal meat with very impressive export potential, because the entire Middle East is there looking for this kind of meat. Ostrich, there were some experiments done, but then again, I don't think enough support was provided to people who were trying to develop this sector. So I don't know what is happening there, but it didn't pick up too well. It's a very healthy meat and grows very fast. We need to introduce these kind of new sources into our food system for animal protein. So we need to shift towards these other sources of animal protein, so that the burden on the existing sources can be reduced, and the depletion process also slows down.